Happy New Year to everyone out there. I just wanted to make some kind of new idea of a video for this game. And now that we're in 2022, let's talk 2022 with these particular characters of this game. It's just so many different characters that they can add, and it just keep on saying it. The list goes on and on. It's so many characters. So today I just came up with a list. It's so hard to put every character and a top list or some kind of tier list of who you want the most. And I'm curious to see what who do you guys want to see the most? Even if it's just one character, maybe just a couple characters. You can name as many characters as you want to. Some people had giant lists from the other videos, which is pretty awesome. There's so many and so many possibilities, so many different opportunities, and the potential for this game to grow. And this game needs so many different changes, fixes, and different things like that. Let's get into the menu. And I made a list of 15 characters that I would at least like to see make it into 2022. And I'm perfectly fine if not all of them not all of them get included, because sometimes, with other games like Multiverses, hate to say it, some of those characters might have a higher chance of being in the Multiverses over this game for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. But I'm going to be playing both games and having fun for what the game has to offer. But I want them to bring more modes to this before I start naming characters, and maybe some potential stages that can go along with these particular characters. Not all of them I'm not going to be able to come up with right out the bat, but just so many different things, because I talked about different stages they can bring. So just because that character doesn't make it into the game, maybe they could probably bring a particular stage from that particular universe. Like, for example, I would like to see Goku in this game. He's in the list for one of my characters, by the way. But maybe they could get Planet Namek, or the hyperbolic time chamber when they all train, when they know when the next set of evil villains, and what Cell was on the way. They were getting ready for the Cell games. They were training in the hyperbolic time chamber. They can get King Kai's world or something like that. See what I'm saying? So since they probably won't be able to get Goku, I see him. He's probably not going to make it in this game. He's probably going to be in the multiverses, if anything, because there's so many licenses over there already. They could probably get him in that game, possibly. But the doors are open. The opportunity, it's a brand new year. Anything is possible with all the opportunities for this game now, with all the things that's planned, from DLC, stages, voice acting, etc., from stages and more that's going to be added into this game, and it's going to be so different as the year goes on. But let's start the list. We're going to just open up the battle screen. We need some more modes. I would like to see, I already talked about that. I want to see more of these modes get featured. They can expand, and then with the crossplay, I almost forgot to mention, that's also going to be implemented later this year. So hopefully we hear something from them soon. I do love the alternate costumes, just to say again. They're free, they're fun, they're so much fun to use, and every character, all 21 characters, has an outfit of his or her own that reference some kind of particular episode, whether you've seen it or not. Maybe we'll get some names on these pictures, so they're labeled, so people know who they're gonna pick right off the bat. And not everybody has seen every single show, I'm sure, from these shows. I haven't. I don't know nothing about Laos, Legend of Korra, and then I've seen every other show except those two shows that I mentioned, the Lao House and Legend of Korra. But I know about Avatar, Last Airbender, grew up with Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Hey Arnold from the 90s Nickelodeon, Danny Phantom, Wild Thornberries, Garfield, Little Monsters, Ren and Stimpy, Invader Zim, Cat Dog, and then the Rugrats, which is from Riptide. See what I'm saying? So I know all these different characters except those three from those shows I haven't watched. But let's start naming characters, and then I'll have my list in the description, and you guys can name a character if you want to, or maybe talk about a feature you might want to see in 2022, or something happen to this game that you're looking to see for some kind of wish list. Even if it's not a character, you don't have to name as many characters as I have if you don't want to. You don't have to chime in if you don't want to. But just let me know what you guys think if you would like to get in on this. But we're just going to start with Timmy Turner, and I'm not just mentioning him just once by himself. I don't want him to come out solo. How's Timmy Turner going to fight? Because he has his fairy godparents, Cosmo and Wanda, to help him out in the fight. So he could come out in a bundle. He could be bundled with Cosmo and Wanda, because see the whole power with my idea. See how Pokemon Trainer plays in Super Smash Bros. You can switch between Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, and you can switch between them. See how you can do something like that? You can switch between Cosmo and Wanda, so he can call upon them to grant his any wish. And Cosmo can grant certain wishes to help Timmy out in the fight, and then have his own exclusive wishes, while you switch to Wanda, and she can have her own exclusive wishes, so it can fit the fight the way you see fit, and who you choose to, or which fairy you choose to have watching over Timmy Turner. See what I'm saying? So that'll be something that's a little idea. Now, when they come out with Timmy Turner, if they do, yeah, they don't know. We don't know if it's gonna happen, because we don't know what's gonna happen with the license and the rights with all these certain characters. They gotta get the rights. They gotta get the licenses. They can't just put the characters in. It takes time to get them. So who knows what's gonna happen this year and who's gonna show up. But if Timmy Turner comes out, I was gonna say Timmy Turner. If Timmy Turner comes out, he can be released with his own stage somewhere in Dimsdale, because I talked about that in a different video. A stage somewhere from Dimsdale, they can get the city if they can, or maybe the Dimsdale Dimmadome if they can. That could be some kind of stage with them, with Cosmo and Wanda. I don't know if Cosmo and Wanda could come out maybe together, and you could play and switch between Cosmo and Wanda in the fight outside, away from, while Timmy Turner's not included. I don't see how they wouldn't be together, because they always watch over him in the shows and stuff like that when he needs help, and from the episodes themselves. But let's talk Chalk Zone. I would like to see Rudy Tabootie. He is the holder and the wielder of the magical chalk that can enter the realm of the Chalk Zone. Like, and chalk zone. And sure, they can't get all the original voice actors, I'm sure, but that doesn't matter to me. They can get whoever they can. If anyone has talent for the voice actor, I'm cool with it. Whoever they add, they're not gonna always have the original, because the original voice actors can't go on forever. So I definitely understand that. So I'm just thankful that they're getting all these different changes. But Rudy Tabootie from Chalk Zone, if you guys ever watch that, they can get the stage to go with them. He can fight with the Chalk Zone. He have different sort of entities come out and fight with him. He could probably summon Snap to help him out in the fight, call upon Snap, who is a character and one of his friends that he meets in the actual Chalk Zone from the shows, to be added into the game. Let's go back to Fairly Odd Parents. Mr. Crocker fighting with F's, giving everybody F's on a piece of paper. That could be a projectile attack. Mr. Crocker throwing pieces of paper, or just paper essays or tests that have papers with the letter F going across the screen that you can shoot up, down, and diagonally, just similar to how you can control Helga's slingshot. It's some kind of idea. That'll be pretty cool. And I would say F, and then he have him do like an emote, Fairly Odd Parents, something like that. That'll be something that I like to see. I already talked about that in the past, but just something as a little idea. And he can come out with Dimsdale, or maybe his classroom or something like that. That'll probably be something. Mr. Crocker's classroom, that could be a potential stage. That'll be dope. Jimmy Neutron is way overdue with Timmy Turner, an iconic Nickelodeon character. I would like to see Retroville come out with him. Maybe he can have his dog Goddard come out with him as an assist to help him out in the fight, and he can bring out and use his gadgets to fight in the battles. And even if it's not Jimmy Neutron, they can get Jimmy Vortex possibly. It's just another idea. Jimmy Neutron's in the list. So we got Jimmy, Mr. Crocker, Rudy Tabootie, and Timmy Turner so far. But they can get Nick or somebody, Sheen, just anybody from that universe. But Retroville could be a potential stage that I would like to see added in with that particular character, if they can make it happen. I'm cool even if the stages don't come with it, get released with the character. I'll just be happy to see the character itself. So he's an iconic, deserving Nickelodeon character for sure. Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron. See, in my idea, Chip Skylark, I really liked from Fairly Odd Parents. He could fight with his teeth, shiny teeth, and stuff like that. He could shoot his teeth at you. He could be projectiles attached, something like that. Or maybe he could have some kind of giant flashy smile that can do monstrous damage to you, and be considered a strong attack or something like that. Or maybe an emote when he shows his shiny teeth. Like ding! This is bling it and sparkly on the TV. That'll be something. Let's go to the world of Danny Phantom for the next character. He's a villain. This game doesn't have enough villains. There's so many heroes and protagonists. Like, just look, the top row, all protagonists. The second row, mostly protagonists, but you probably would think Zillion's a bad guy because he wants to take over the world and stuff like that. So maybe if you consider one. And then from the bottom row, all protagonists. And then Helga's a bully. So you got like 2 villains, if anything. You got like 1.5 villain. I don't know, but she's not really bad. She has a crush on Arnold from Hey Arnold from the series. You got so many good characters. You got too many heroes. Reggie is a hero as well. So it's all protagonists. It's like 90% protagonists in this game, if not 95%. But let's get Vlad Plasmius from Danny Phantom's world. He can battle with Danny Phantom. Create some kind of story rivalry or something like that. A magical encounter, a rivalry encounter, start a feud in a game. This can have so much, just a story for Danny Phantom, a little solo story. You could play like these characters' backstories. They can come out with that. You run into Vlad Plasmius, and all the other characters that are antagonists. I forgot all the other characters' names. Ember, I think her name was, she had the guitar at Danny Phantom. There's so many other characters. Evil Danny, somebody mentioned that, I remember seeing that in the earlier videos. Evil Danny Phantom, somebody, it can just open doors. Let's go to the SpongeBob world with Squidward. See, they got 3 SpongeBob characters. They got SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy. The trio. They can get Squidward in this game, or maybe Mr. Krabs, but I put Squidward in my list over Mr. Krabs. Wild Thornberries, they got Nigel Thornberry. He's so much fun. He's one of my favorite characters to use in the game. How about Eliza Thornberry, the actual main character from Wild Thornberries, if you guys seen it. And Dragon Ball Z, just already mentioned in the beginning, Goku. If they can't get him, they can get Vegeta, somebody from the universe. But I think Goku just being the chosen Saiyan, give him his sort of transformation, make him have Kaioken, which is called Kaioken, and Super Saiyan. He can go up to his first transformation. They probably want to give him Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3. That's way too advanced. Too much later on in the season. So they'll probably give him Kaioken, maybe his regular form, and then Super Saiyan possibly. See how they did Cloud with his limit gauge, or his limit break in Super Smash Bros. It can be a gauge at the bottom just under Goku's name or on his picture, and then if it goes and reach maximum, you could be able to transform to Super Saiyan. How cool would that be? Or you could probably switch between choosing to transform to go Kaioken or Super Saiyan. That'll be a cool little idea to see implemented in this game if they can make it happen for Goku. Come out with Planet Namek. I already mentioned this other stages. Heard about the Time Changer possibly. Anybody seen As Told by Ginger? I put Ginger Foutley in my list as a potential character I would like to see. It's another Nickelodeon show. That was pretty good. Anybody watch Rocket Power? I have no idea what kind of stage I would put with Ginger Foutley from As Told by Ginger. That'll be a cool little character I think they could probably make happen. Anybody watch Rocket Power? With the Rockets, Otto, if they had Otto Rocket and Reggie Rocket, they were brother and sister. And they were friends with Maurice and Sam. Maurice was called Twister. His name was Twister in the show for Rocket Power. And Ocean Shores could be something as a location, which was where they would always hang out, going surfing and hanging out together and doing different stunts and stuff like that. Or maybe just by that little skate world that they would be in. I forgot the name of that place, where they would do all their stunts and record each other doing different moves and stuff like that. Why haven't they made a Rocket Power video game for modern outside of Tony Hawk and stuff like that? That would be something. But those are just somebody from the Rockets. Maybe they can get Raymundo. But I just mentioned the Rockets, but I would like to see Otto Rocket making it into this game, if anybody. Back to the Avatar world, you got two of them, or maybe 3 of them if you wanna count Korra. How about Zuko? I thought Zuko was a bad guy originally when I first started watching it, because he was always trying to capture the Avatar. Everybody was after the Avatar, going after Aang and stuff like that. They could get Katara if they want. Even if they can't get Zuko, get Katara. She's a waterbender. So Zuko would be a nice little pick. And then my last 3 characters that I mentioned, I'm not sure what kind of stage they can bring for Zuko. But Ginny Wakeman for JX9, from My Life as a Teenage Robot. A lot of people want to see her. She's a good character too. See what I'm saying? It's so many characters in this game that they can really take and really just draw some hype to get people excited to want to play this game. Have you guys seen Doug? It's a really old show. I'm still keeping them in my list. And then my 15th character, I still don't know what kind of stage for Ginny Wakeman. I'm not sure what setting it was for that. For Ginny Wakeman, JS9, or Doug stage. And then my last character, I played Ultralord. See all those superheroes? You got PTM, you got Pirate Toastman in here. He's a little superhero from Ren and Stimpy's world. Well, why not Ultralord? Or if not Ultralord, they can get Crash Nebula from Fairly Odd Parents, and then, or maybe possibly the Crimson Chin. And if they can't get Timmy Turner, maybe they can get the Cleft Chin version of Timmy Turner. But that would be a cool little alternate skin to see Timmy Turner transform into. Don't y'all think? Give Timmy Turner his alternate skin as Crash Nebula, or maybe possibly Cleft Chin. But Ultralord would be sweet to see from Jimmy Neutron's world if they can't get Jimmy Neutron himself. I know some people mention Hugh Neutron. I don't care who they get, as long as they get somebody from those universes and just from those different shows. I'm not sure if they can get another round. I don't know if they'll even add another Ninja Turtle, Raphael and Donatello. That already completes my list. So I'll just run through them all. Timmy Turner, Rudy Tabootie, Chazon, Mr. Crocker, Jimmy Neutron, Chip Skylark, Vlad Plasmius, a villain, Danny Phantom, Squidward, Eliza Thornberry, Goku, Ginger Foutley, somebody from Rocket Power, so I just put the Rockets, but I put basically Auto Rocket, if anyone, Zuko, Ginny Wakeman, Doug, and Ultralord, or somebody, some kind of hero. But that completes my list that I would like to see in 2022. I know everybody's list is going to be different, and I like all these different shows that people mention. And LT Gray, I could put him in it. It's just too many characters. I could put LT Gray to replace Ultralord just to have a different show in here if I want. But LT Gray is just not really mentioned too many times. The Angry Beavers. Some people probably haven't even heard and don't even know what Kablam is. Kablam is so old, super old. I always love watching that, Kablam. But see, it's just so many worlds that they can just really try to open doors to. And then just with all these characters, it's 21 characters. Who knows how many characters we'll have by the end of the year. And I can't wait to see who they are. And that's why I try not to mention Rocco and Shredder, because those are characters that are already been confirmed that we know that we're going to get. But we don't know what's going to happen with some of these other particular characters anyway, because these characters could get scrapped. Or they've been confirmed to the game, but they might get canceled. They might end up getting moved. Something could go wrong with the licensing and stuff like that. Anything could happen with this game. So that's why I didn't put Rocco. You see like Rocco's Modern World, because we already know Rocco and Shredder is going to be in the game, but we don't know about, as far as the characters I mentioned, I'm not sure if they're going to even make it. Any of these characters will be able to make it into this game this year, but I'll be very surprised. I'm just actually super excited to see. We need some more players playing this game. It's just not enough to do in this game. And just going back to the arcade, just to bring it up, I did everything. I completed all the arcade modes. That's why I wish it was unlockable characters. I wish you could earn them. Someone even had a question for that. If I get the game, do you get to unlock do you have to unlock the skins? You don't. Do you have to unlock the characters? You don't. You get the game, you download the update, to its latest version of the update for the whatever you choose to play this game on, and you have all the characters available, and you'll have the alternative skins available right off the bat within a click of a button. You press the R1 or whatever you play this game on. So that's why I wish there'll be more unlockables and challenges as the year goes on, so we have more things to get into as the year goes on. But that's going to be my list. I just want to see so much more for this game for 2022. Now that we're here, January's here, let's see what they come out with first. Let's see what they bring to the table for this game. And even if none of these characters make it into the game, I'm completely fine with I'm completely fine as long as they have more characters coming into the game and more modes to bring people into the game and keep on trying to play.